Well, guys, we are live, and boy oh boy, are you in for a treat tonight. People have been asking, when are we going to get back to Microsoft Paint? When is Dave going to show us his mad paint skills? And so tonight we're here. It's the MS Paint Masterclass with me, Professor Dave Hall, and boy oh boy, we've got some fun ahead of us. What I want you guys to do is to jump into the chat. I'm just logging on now to see what the chat is. And say hi. I want to hear how you're doing. But at the same time, we also want to hear your suggestion. What would you like me to show you how to paint in the masterclass? So jump on, let us know what you're thinking. Let me just type up a wee banner here. Dave's Paint Masterclass. Oh, I can already see some people saying, hey, hi Sarah and Samuel, hi Ariana. Good to see you guys. What do you want me to paint? What would you like to see this evening? I don't want to toot my own horn, but oh, here we go. Hey everyone, personally, I'd love to know how to paint a sloth. Excellent, Bex. Okay, what I'm gonna do, because I'm such a pro, I'm gonna go into Google Images. I tried doing this from memory in the past, it wasn't quite successful, but I think I can get a pretty good sloth from Google Images to paint. Okay, here we go. Here we go, I think this is a good one. This guy's got a great face. Open image and new tab. Okay, this guy here, I'm excited to get painting him. So here we go. I always wondered if a sloth would make a good pet. I'm not sure. Feel like easy to maintain, easy to look after, but maybe that's not the case. Okay, here we go. All right, we're gonna try and match this up a little bit. Okay. Well, guys, I'm seeing a lot of green here. Oh yeah, strong. It's already off to a great start. I mean, this is just so you get an idea. I mean, obviously, I'm under time pressure here. 15 minutes is not a long time, but you know, when you guys are at home on MS Paint, feel free to spend a lot more time over this. I'm just going to give you a rough idea. So what am I doing right now? I'm looking for the leaves that kind of match this tone, that are catching my eye. I'm just trying to replicate them as quickly as possible. Because this is an out of focus area, you don't have to be too delicate. You don't have to be too precise. You can get away with being a little more free form. But we've got some leaves there. Very nice. And you'll notice in the middle, there's a lot of white space at the minute. You think, Dave, why are you not putting any leaves there? Well, that's because that's where the sloth's going to go, guys. See, we're learning already. Okay, so we've got some leaves there. Very nice. I think we're just going to have to go straight in and do the sloth's face. So where are we? Can you guys hear music, by the way? I have put some music on. I don't know if it's coming out. Draw a very detailed horse, Ariana. I wish I could, but we're in sloth territory right now. Maybe move here. Okay. I'm gonna give him kind of gray eyes. Oh, hang on. We're gonna have to move to a different brush. This is another thing with MS Paint. You want to experiment with the tools at hand. Let's see if I can get the right brush for this. Oh, there we go. It's going to be a big eye. Come on. Like, I know you might be thinking, Dave, you're spending a long time over this eye. The eye is the window to the soul, guys. This is worth spending time over. I just want to get like a fat pencil, effectively. That's what I want. I'm not really finding it. Okay. No. This tutorial is not going as I'd hoped. I'd hoped I'd be a little bit more confident in this. Oh, here we go. Right. Okay, panic over, everyone. Panic over. Can you talk to us about the brush selection process? I definitely can, Beck. So you see here, I picked the pencil. Now, what you're going to get is fairly even kind of lines like that. There's not too much variation. However, if I went for more of a watercolor approach, you see there comes a point where it no longer just disappears. It's like you get a really thick line and then it gets thinner, tapers out. So we're going to go to the pencil anyway. Let's do the pencil. Okay. Okay. I'm happy with that. I think the positioning maybe slightly off. This is the good thing about MS Paint, guys. We can go over here, we can select, we can move that. Oops, don't want to do that. We can move it to about there. Look at that. Can't do that on a canvas, can you? Claire saying she can't draw. Ariana and Bella. Well, Bella says she can, Ariana says she can't. Well, guys, after tonight, we're all going to be pros, don't worry. A mountain bike from Sarah and Samuel. Again, guys, we'll see if we've got time. I don't know, the sloth might take all the time, but it's going to be worth it. Again, we're going to do a little bit of a reshuffle. The nose is a bit higher. Oh, look at that. And then we're going to do a darker one for his mouth. Quite a funny little mouth. Oh, hang on. Okay. Right, here we go. Try again. I mean, you can see it's coming to life already, can't you? Oh. Again, guys, I mean, normally I'd be spending a good 4 or 5 hours on this, but I just want to give you the overview, the broad strokes, if you will, of the MS Paint process. Oh dear. Now, I feel we're losing the eye a little bit here, aren't we? So let's go to the permanent marker. I think we're going to get a bit more. Oh, Ben saying the detail is stunning. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Thank you. Those hours on MS Paint were not wasted. Genuinely, when I was, it must have been like 5 or 6, I would sit on Paint and I would draw. I would either get like clip art pictures of just, I don't know, animals or whatever, or a car or something like that, and I would print it out and I would hand it out to kids in my street. Like, that was something that they really wanted. Just be like, there you go, there's a nice picture. I never had the guts to give them an original creation. I didn't think it was good enough. But tonight, guys, you're giving me the confidence that maybe this art is really great, actually. Maybe I need to get an Etsy page or something like that on the go. Bex, are we still able to buy prints? Well, I mean, it's supply and demand. You guys let me know. You want some prints? I mean, you'll pay top dollar for it. There's no There's no ways about it, but... Okay, how long we got left? Oh gosh, not long. I need to speed this up a little bit. Okay. Okay, we've got, oops. We've got quite a lot of grey going on. Not much brown, and it needs to be a bit more brown. So we're gonna go. Gonna get some color in there in a minute. Okay, so I'm seeing a kind of a creaminess to his face. Let's make the size a little bit bigger. Let's fill some of that in. Again, I'm not spending enough time, guys, here to really match the tones as I would normally, but this is just an overview, the broad strokes. Look at that. He's really coming to life now. Guys, what? Oh, Cully, I pay £5 for a print. All my money. You would give all of your money for this. Cully, you're a man of taste. You are a man of taste. What about a print of a kitchen time mug, says Bex. Absolutely, in hot demand. I've got some sad news to the kitchen time mug, guys. So I had one at home. It's not done well in the dishwasher. Perhaps the quality was not what I thought it was. And yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit darker here. Yeah, so we can edit colors, get a darker hue. Yeah. I may have to say goodbye to the kitchen time mug, which is very sad. But it's had a good life. Okay. Okay, we really have to speed up here. We've only got a couple of minutes left. Again, broad strokes. And just out of interest, what is the sloth saying to you? I mean, what are his eyes saying? Is he a happy sloth? Does he love his life in the jungle? Does he want something more? Okay, we're gonna go a bit darker again, get some of those shadows in. Oh yes. It's all coming to life. Okay, I think we've literally got less than a minute. I'm gonna go for some darker greens for the leaves. The leaves, not leaves. Fan up the brush. Look at this, wow. He's thinking about life, said Cully. Cliff says, I'm coming to eat you now. That could be very well what's going on in his head. Well, there we go. Guys, I think we're pretty much out of time, but I hope that's been informative. Let me just give this a little signature there, a little flourish. Dave Hall. Hope that's been informative. Hope you've enjoyed that. A lot to take in, a lot to learn. You can watch this back if you want to see a step-by-step process of how we got from A to B. But guys, we'll see you very shortly. Very shortly now. just me? Oh, wait,
It's
I've removed everyone else.
Dave.
It was going to be a lovely Tuesday. Oh, guys, welcome to Youth Online. Pleasure to not be the only one on the screen. Ben, you were giving it beans behind the scenes for that countdown.
I was doing some. I bumped the headphones.
There was a lot of energy.
Like the host online. That's what I do before
I'm
we go
pumped,
live.
guys.
Feeling it. Oh, man. Well, guys, lovely to have you here with us, Youth Online. We're super excited to, just be able to get to hang with you. What a treat. Hope you enjoyed my little piece of artwork there. Well, thank you. I mean, who knows? Maybe today when we have our game, we'll have our usual prizes, of course. But I don't know. Maybe the sloth, a little cheeky JPEG, could be thrown your way as well. Sweeten the deal. Who knows?
I mean,
okay.
I don't brag, but I've been giving people drawings of donuts if they win a donut. So
yes. Because we figured out that if someone wins the Krispy Kreme donut on the wheel, it's actually pretty hard in the middle of lockdown to get someone a Krispy Kreme donut, you know. So a drawing from Bex and a cheeky little voucher as well is the way forward. But that could be a prize tonight. Maybe you'll get something else. Who knows? Good to have you here. Who's over to my right?
It's me, Ben, or Benji, as it says on the screen. A professional dancer, amongst many things. Below me.
I'm also Ben, an amateur dancer. And my name's also Ben. Who's that?
I am Beck, and I'm trying to say I'm a dance dancer even as a woman.
Wow.
Gender stereotypes, I don't conform to them.
2020.
That's right. So woke. Oh my words. Yeah. Guys, I've got a question I wanted to kick things off with. So I was talking to a friend recently, and by telling you this story, I'm going to reveal something about myself. I'm going to be vulnerable in this moment, and I hope that that's okay. We were talking about biting your nails, and I am a nail biter. I'm someone who bites my nails, okay? So I know already there's some people that are horrified that want to turn off, but hey, that's me. That's me. So I bite my nails. This person also bites their nails. We were talking, we were talking about what happens after you've bitten your nails. So for me, it's like, well, I take the nails and I put them in the bin. This person doesn't do that. They eat them.
Wow. And
they were like, that is totally normal. Everyone does this. Like, we all bite our nails and then we eat them. And I'd never heard of such a thing before. So I just want to throw it open. Am I wrong? Are they wrong? Is there a third option where we just shouldn't have nails anywhere near our teeth at all? Like, what are we thinking?
I mean, do they chew it for a while and then spit it out, or do they swallow it?
No. They ingest the nails.
Yeah.
Oh, that's grimy.
Say that when I do bite my nails, I do swallow it. I like chew it up and swallow it, and I know that's disgusting. It is disgusting. But I also
bite my nails like what?
I also think that biting your nails and then like pulling the bitten off nail off your hands and putting it in a bin is also disgusting. So like, just swallow it. That's cleaner, surely.
Okay, so you don't want to inconvenience people.
I bite, and then I'm with you, Dave, on this. I'm in the bin. I bite, but then no way are they going like all the way in. No way.
What if you're walking down the road? What you doing? You're probably dropping it. You're dropping it on the floor.
Flicking it onto people. Nah.
You're leaving it on the bus seat. You're leaving it on the bus seat.
Right, bruh, Sharon's Karen. No, you don't do that.
Well, where does it go?
No.
Like, you don't just bite your nails when you're near a bin. Huh?
I don't know.
Come clean.
I don't know. No.
Where are you stashing your nails?
I like gnawing on it. Like if I don't have anywhere to put it, I'll just gnaw on it.
Like chewing gum.
Yeah, no, I don't swallow it though.
You do though.
No, it doesn't go in. No. At no point Does this bad boy Adam's apple go all the way down? Like it stays where it is. Like it does not.
Yeah, but you
No.
chew it up until it's like powder. We have to talk for way too long about this.
Bruh, what are
no.
your teeth? Like, what?
Ow!
Oh, that's too
Too
much.
much.
I feel like we're in a dark corner right now.
There's
Oh
there's,
my
def-
God.
there's definitely people. Bex, you might be one of them who really just want to leave right now. Leave the room. I feel like
I mean, I'm considering it.
I'd like probably my worst memories to do with this. I used to work in the cinema, RIP, and like when we were like cleaning the screens, I remember like cleaning one of the floors, and someone had left like a little on the floor, just like a little mountain of like their chewed nails, and that was minging. So I get the thing of like not leaving it
That's
out there,
great.
but
Thank you.
I don't know. I just can't get over eating it. How could you
Well,
put something
Get this.
in your mouth there,
all
Ben?
day, the cells on the inside of your mouth are just shedding, and you're swallowing them. That is gross. So you might as well. It must be good for your immune system as well. Good for the immune system. Current.
I'm not
Oh,
even
man.
like denying the benefit. I just don't know how you chew a nail up.
Right, we should move
I
on.
don't know.
I mean-
we should. We 100%.
We should also all move on from this bad habit. The
Yeah.
ultimate goal should
Here,
be to quit
actually-
biting.
Check this. I am like a nail biter in remission. I have some nails. Look.
Bro,
Oh wow.
I'm actually so proud of you.
How many
Nice.
days sober are you, Ben?
At least one, maybe two.
Come on.
Well,
Come on, you
give us
got
a
this.
check
Thank you.
next
Little
week
wins.
and let us know if you're still
Yeah. Oh,
living the good way.
Oh,
Right,
my
I'm
word.
moving this forward. We're going to
Yeah.
the notices.
Come on,
Good.
come on, Ben.
Dave,
Ta-
give us the first notice.
All right, okay. It's notice time, guys. You know what? If you were around last week, either online or in person, well, you'll know we had an in-person service, our first united physical gathering in months, and it was so good being with you guys. Honestly, we loved it. Loved the chance just to worship together, have a bunch of ministry, wait on God, have a laugh. And it was so ace, and so we want to do another one. We definitely want to do it again. So we've penciled in a date. We have got let me get my calendar up. It's the 8th of December, Tuesday the 8th of December. We're penciling that in. So just have that in the back of your mind. Just to say, tickets went really fast last time. We're just going to be putting one date, we think, this time. So if you want to go, we'll let you know as soon as those tickets are available. Free of charge, of course, but you need to book your place. Super exciting. So that'll be the 8th of December. Boom.
Woo.
Ben, what you got to tell us?
Beautiful. I'm going to continue with the notices. I've spoken about this in the past, but we're bringing it up again because it's worth bringing up many times. DTI are doing a lovely wee Christmas stream for us. DTI, that's Dreaming the Impossible. It's on the 18th of December on a Friday. It's going to be so fun. I don't know what the plans are, but I know that DTI are running it, so it's going to be beautiful. We also want to make this more than just us as individuals tuning in our rooms, whatever. But we have some thoughts around making it a bit more of a collective event where possible, maybe a site thing, or maybe trying to set someone up so we can watch it in small groups and with people, because that'd be like way more fun and way more cool. So to keep your nose to the ground, your site leaders might be hitting you up with some deets soon. Beautiful.
It's great.
That's it for the notices.
Well, Bex, you've got some fun stuff for us. What's happening?
I do have some fun stuff. So we're going to play a game tonight. It's higher or lower. So I'm going to give you two names, and you have to tell me which you think has more Google hits. So if you think one person had more, then you say higher. If you think they have less, you say lower. It's quite self-explanatory.
Google Clout. Got it.
And we all know the Google Cloud is the only real currency that matters. We're going to ease you in. We're going to do a wee practice round, because I'm not going to lie to you, the first two people, I don't know who either of them are. So, this is a great start. Jet Li has 368,000 average monthly searches. I'm going to add to that because I don't
Who's
know
that?
who
Say
Jet
that
Li
name
is.
again, Bex.
Jet Li.
Jet Li.
Does Lawrence Taylor have more, higher, or lower monthly searches on average?
Lawrence Taylor.
Type in
higher
the
or lower?
chat, higher or lower.
This is a
As
practice,
ever,
right?
this is a practice, but there are real prizes to be won. So what we're going to do is Ben Clifton is keeping a firm eye on the chat. You keep guessing, and once you're out, once you get it wrong, you are eliminated. You're cut off, and you cannot win the prize. So we got some practice coming in. You can't go both ways, by the way. That doesn't count. It's whatever you say first. So I'm gonna push my button. I'm gonna see what it says. Lawrence Taylor has more monthly views. He has
Higher.
higher. And the
Wow.
tricky thing about this quiz is that if I get it wrong, it makes me start again. So that's going to add a little bit of fun to it. Here's a new one for you, though.
Can you share your screen, Bex?
Can I share my screen, you say? Let's see if I can. This is a
Maybe.
game in itself. Okay, we're going to try. We're going to go for it.
I was trying to remember who Jet Li was.
Hang on, let me
He-
put it in a new. Oh,
He's an
Chrome tab.
actor, right?
There we go.
Yeah,
we're
like-
on it.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Classic. We don't want notification updates. Here we go. Everyone ready? Springer
Ooh, nice.
Spaniel. 165,000 average monthly searches. That's quite high for a dog.
Yeah.
Does augmented reality have more higher searches or lower searches than a Springer Spaniel? This time we're in for real.
This is
So
live.
if you want to get into it, you've got to say higher or lower.
I'm studying.
Come on, guys, get in the chat. So we've got Noah saying higher. What do you think?
Noah did win is kind of smiling game last week, so I feel like
That's
he had
true.
a firm grasp on, I'd say reality, but just these games.
And this are we doing this like knockout backs, or is it going
This
to be
is
different?
knockout, so if you don't
All
put your
right.
hat in the ring, you can't be in contention. Ariana Mello split their vote. I like that.
Oh,
Arguably, you're doubling your chances there. Okie dokie. Final call. If you want to be in it to win it, you've got to put higher or lower in the chat. I am feeling confident. I'm feeling confident it's going to be higher.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it is.
Good call. Good
Okay.
call.
Next up, augmented reality. Does it have higher number of searches or a lower number of searches than Albert Einstein? If you said lower last time, you can no longer compete for a prize. If you said higher, you are still in the game.
Who've we got in there?
Higher. So Alice is in, Noah is in,
Yeah. Bella is in.
Ella
Ariana
is
out.
in,
Yeah.
Samuel and
Sarah
Sarah are
and
in.
Samuel are out. Oh no, they're not.
No, they're in.
No, they're in.
Yeah.
They're
I
in.
put them in the wrong column. I put them in the wrong column. Sorry, guys.
Do you have columns? You really are keeping a.
Well,
Oh,
close eye
wow.
on
it's not
that.
working very well, is it?
Wow. We're really not close an eye. Okay, dokie. We're gonna say the crowd is higher. The crowd are right.
Oh.
Wow, easy. That was an easy one. Well done,
Yeah.
everyone.
Albert
blowout.
Einstein versus the Hilton Hotel. What are people going to be searching for more? A historical figure or a hotel chain? Who knows? Hit it up with a higher or a lower.
I feel like I've got a pretty strong feeling on this one. I'm not going to say, but
I mean, I wouldn't
Okay.
want to sway the voters.
Mysterious.
keep you all guessing. Gotta be lower, says Talus.
Well, does it tell
Gotta
us?
be.
Gotta be.
Finna be.
Anyone else got to guess? Oh, here they
Oh,
go.
okay.
Okay, I think that's everyone in, right? Dave, you had a strong feeling. What was your strong feeling for?
Surely more than 1.5 million people have like searched for a hotel, Hilton Hotel.
Yeah,
So I think that's
I
gonna be
think
higher.
it's. I think it's higher. I think it's
Are
higher
they
as well. I
searching
agree.
in Hilton, or are they just searching for hotels? We're about to find out.
Oh!
took a fat L there.
Hello, who's this?
I like properly that.
Grammarly.
Wow.
Guys, get Grammarly. Do it.
I'm 3.2, and
This
that
is
was
not a
scored
paid
3.2.
endorsement, but
Oh man, we should totally get some sponsored ads in.
Whoa.
We should.
Sarah and Samuel.
wait.
All right.
Tatty bye.
So we've still got Bella, we've got Talus, we've got Noah.
Yep.
My question for you: are more people googling for snowboarding or France? Take a minute, think about it.
It's an
They're all-
entire
all the
country
head-
versus
all the-
one long stick. Let's
All
go.
the eggs are in one basket here. This could be the end
Well,
of the
it's
game.
be embarrassing,
Yeah.
but it's
phew.
not.
There we
We've
go.
all
There
had
we go.
people France before. Now, if you were paying close attention, you would know just how many votes Augmented Reality has.
Oh.
I mean,
I
I
was
don't
not-
know what it had, so I wasn't paying that close attention. But the question we're asking is it higher or lower than France?
Oh, we've got some difference of opinion already.
Who's still in? Who's still in?
Bella, Noah, and Talus. I'm trying to figure out if Talus had voted in France or not.
Oh, Bella's saying lower. It was Ariana.
Oh, Ariana, you
There,
took the gun
okay.
there.
So again, all the eggs. Phew.
Well done.
Wait a minute. Did everyone say lower?
Yeah.
So they all
Got it
out?
right? No, they got it right.
No, it was lower.
No, because it is
Oh,
lower.
okay. Sorry, numbers are hard.
It's such a complex game.
There's a two at the start.
Oh.
It's bigger.
What I'm asking you now is does augmented reality have a higher number of searches or a lower number of searches than Salmonella?
Bex, can I just comment that sometimes the way that you're saying it is a little confusing. I think
so
that's
sorry.
what you lost Dave a bit there.
No, that's not
I
Bex's
mean-
fault.
I have nothing else. To. I can't say it any better. I'm just saying I'm confused. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm asking you to give me is higher or lower in the chat. It's a 50-50 choice, to be honest.
Oh, so many levels to this. It shouldn't be this complicated.
It shouldn't be, but it is. You're right, guys. It's higher.
Oh gosh,
Phew. So I think
Wait a
we're
minute.
still in, right?
this feels suspicious. They're doing too well.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, I think it's stepped up a gear. Salmonella versus a boxer dog. Do more people search boxer higher than Salmonella
Talus,
lower?
Talus, let's have some self-belief in the chat. Come on.
Come on, Talus.
Come on.
What do you think? No, Talus, it's you.
What do you
it
think
is?
it is, Talus?
Josh, where'd you come
Why is-
from?
Oh,
She
wow,
said it wrong.
nowhere.
A late
Josh.
entry.
In fairness,
You,
wrong
you
yet.
scoundrel.
Got one right. Okay, I'm just gonna press a button now. Higher. Who said higher in the chat?
So only Bella
And
and
Talus.
Talus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Noah's out.
Josh
Josh is in and out.
He was in and out like a flash.
John came in late and went out early. So we're looking at Orange. Does Orange have a higher number of searches per month or a lower number of searches per month?
Oh, split.
Oh,
gonna get a
it's,
winner.
this
Okay,
is
so
drama.
Getting a
Okay.
winner.
Wow.
You love to see it.
Personally, I'm gonna back the boxer on this one.
Oh my god! It's a blowout!
Eclipsed. And Grammarly's here to say well.
Oh,
I'm
brother.
right in time for our sponsor. Oh dear, no. Oh,
Sorry guys, until they pay up, they're not getting their airtime. Who are all these people googling oranges?
They're out there.
Yeah, but there's loads of categories: color, juice, fruit.
Well,
um,
You mean
Melody.
three? Three categories?
and the third
many,
one-
many. Maybe people want to.
Categories.
Maybe people want to know the
Hair colour,
distinction.
hair
you know?
colour.
There's so many different
Yes.
like. There's so many different like types of oranges, so I feel like
True.
there's
Well-
a lot going on.
Someone who knew about oranges is
Shout out my
Bella.
Satsuma fans out there. Big love.
And that means Bella gets to spin that
Yeah.
prize wheel.
Bella.
Oh yes.
Bella, let us know what number out of 10 you want. 1 is the lowest, 10 is the highest. We rarely see a 10. It's so fabled. Alice is giving a shout out to Orange fans, which, you know, sure. It's a 7.
Oh, 7. All right. Cool. I'm on it.
Oh, strong spin. It's a
Health
strong
Oh,
party
good.
7.
It's the virtual high five.
It's everyone's favourite, guys.
Oh, well
Wow.
done. Bex, you
mean-
want to do the honors?
I would be a delight. I hope you're ready for this, Bella. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
I
Well
felt that
done,
I
Bella.
nearly knocked over my laptop screen with such vigor. So I hope that was special. And with that, I'm
Fantastic.
gonna hand on back.
To me, yes, I'm leading tonight. I was just enjoying, just having a little seat there. Fantastic. Well done, Bella. I really hope you enjoyed that high five. We're going to go into a time of worship now. Ben has got his guitar all set up. And it was really sweet being together last week, like I was saying, all together in the building. And I don't know, there's just something about, even though there's loads of restrictions right now, even though we're not all together, or even when we are together, we can't all sing. There's just something about, guys, when we're intentional and when we just say, like, God, even though this is a bit weird, it's a bit different, I'm going to choose to worship you in this moment. So I would just encourage everyone who's watching this right now, take this moment, take this time, move all distractions out of the way and be like, God, I'm going to give you this time. I'm going to worship you in this moment. So Benji, could you pray for us? That'd be amazing.
Yeah, God. Yeah, we just want to invite you into this moment. We want to be intentional, like Dave was saying, and we just pray that as we sing out to you, God, that we would encounter you, that we would meet with you, that we would hear with you. And yeah, we just want to declare how incredible, how worthy you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, Holy Spirit, just come. Amen.
Staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you, and reaching beyond the skies, running deep, stretching wide. Perfect love realized here with you. This love is for real, you will never let go, never let go. And it's more than just words, love beyond my control, out of control. And this is real love, this is real love. This is real love, this is real love. You're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. And Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. This is real love, this is real love. And staring into your eyes makes my heart come alive. Suddenly brought to life when I met you, reaching beyond the skies, running deep, stretching wide. Perfect love realized here with you. And this love is for real, you will never let go, never let go. It's more than just words, love beyond my control, out of control. This is real love, this is real love. This is real love, this is real love. You're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. And Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. This is real love, this is real love. And in your heart I'm found. I want you, I want you. You won't let me down. You've got me, you've got me. And this is real love, this is real love. This is real love, this is real love. You're pulling me closer and closer, holding my heart till the very end. And Jesus, I'm found in your freedom. This is real love, this is real love. You never stop chasing me, God. You never stop chasing me. In grace, you've shown me grace. You've lifted my shame and drawn me with loving kindness. Washed whiter than snow, you have redeemed and made me whole. And Jesus, you have won me. You have broken every chain with love and mercy. You have triumphed over death, and you are worthy of glory and praise. Oh, the glory and praise. In love, you've shown me love by leaving your throne, by bleeding and dying on a cross. That wonderful cross that took all my guilt and sin away. In Jesus, you have won me. You have broken every chain with love and mercy. You have triumphed over death, and you are worthy of glory and praise. Oh, the glory and praise. No one else is worthy, Lord. So we shout it out and lift up one voice in worship. Sing it out until all the earth can hear it. Jesus is alive and he saves. He rescues and saves. It's who you are, God. So we shout it out and lift up one voice in worship. Sing it out until all the earth can hear it. Jesus is alive and he saves. You rescue and save. Jesus, you have won me. You have broken every chain with love and mercy. You have triumphed over death, and you are worthy of glory and praise. All the glory and praise. It's our response to you. The glory and praise you deserve. Oh, the glory and praise.
Just while we were worshiping there, I just had a sense that there might be someone who, like, I just feel like someone's like really hurt you recently. Maybe they've said something to you or about you that you've heard, and it's just really like cut you to the heart. And I just felt like I had this picture of like that moment of like hearing that stuff, and it's almost like being like a wound on the heart. And then it's like, well, Jesus wants to come, and rather than him speaking anything negative, he just wants to like speak love over you and speak strength and power and goodness and everything like that. And it was just like, as Jesus' words kind of like came through, rather than the heart being wounded, it was like it just started to fill and to grow. And then that wound that was like massive before just kind of like shrunk down as the heart was getting bigger. I just feel like that might be for someone, that might be for a few people. But if you just feel right now that actually there's people that have hurt you, there's like stuff that has been said that has like wounded you, like I just feel there's an invitation from Jesus tonight to be like, hey, let me heal that, let me come into that pain and lift it off you. So if that's you, I just encourage you right now, bring that to Jesus. Just say to him, God, that's me. That's me. You know what's happened this week. You know what's been said, and just invite him into that painful place, and just ask him, Lord, what do you want to speak over me? What are the words that you want to say to build me up? So just encourage you to do that now, and you could even hit request prayer button. And we've got a bunch of leaders just standing by who would love to pray with you, would love to stand with you. So if that's you, maybe just do that now. Lord, I just pray for anyone out there who's listening to this that applies to. God, would you pour in your love right now? Would you pour in your goodness and your strength? Lord, would you bring your healing to our broken hearts? Amen. Amen. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Ben. That's great. Great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to continue in our series we just started a couple of weeks ago called Family Matters. So it's all about family. Stuff with our family can be great and sometimes it can be really hard. So we just want to like dig into that in this series. And so I'm just going to share my screen. Boom. Let's go.
Regardless of your family story, if the difficult situation feels big or small, it's important to remember that every family is fractured and there is no pain like family pain. Haven't you experienced that to be true? I think all of us know deep down that family should be better. It should be happier. It should be more forgiving. In all of our minds, we have an ideal family, the one we wish we had. But we don't have an ideal family. We have a real family. And the distance between our ideal family and our real family can cause a lot of pain. Realizing that what we have isn't what we want can be painful. So, what do we do when we discover our family is fractured? I think we typically respond in one or two ways. We either count out our family or we count ourselves out. We count our family out because maybe after your parents' divorce, you thought they lost authority in your life. So you stopped respecting them. Maybe you decided your stepmom or dad isn't a good role model. So you no longer want to listen to them. Maybe you decided to shut out one of your siblings because something they have done to you. Whatever the reason, we use our family members' mistakes as a reason for an excuse, not to listen to them or include them in our life. We say things like, I don't have to listen or be in a relationship with you because of what you did or didn't do. Or we count ourselves out. Maybe we don't say it out loud, but we've given up on our families. So we isolate ourselves. We stay locked in our rooms away from everybody. We think, I'm done with my dad not showing up for me. I'm done with my mom nagging me all the time. My family feels like a bunch of hypocrites, so I'm just done. I'm going to count down the days until I am out of here and I never have to return. All of us have probably felt the nudge of just wanting to pull away from our family. And we probably know it's not the best idea, but what's the alternative? What else are we supposed to do? Shouldn't someone else be trying to fix this and not us? But what if I told you there is one idea? One factor you may have never considered that can change the way you see your family forever. It may not fix things completely. It may not make everything better. But what if there was at least the possibility? Here's the good news in all of this. God has a long history of working in and with dysfunctional families. You can open your Bible to just about any spot, and you can see that there is a messed up family story. God has never written any one of them off because of their family dynamic. One of the most famous people in the Bible is a man named Abraham. God promised Abraham from his family line, there would come a great nation that eventually a savior would come from. So Abraham had one son named Isaac. I know, it's a slow start for making a whole nation. But then Isaac goes on to have two sons, Jacob and Esau. And then the family drama began. Esau went out hunting one day and came back extremely hungry, famished, really. He must not have packed any snacks, you probably would think. But he comes home, smells Jacob's food, and is hungry, and he asks Jacob for a bowl of his stew. Jacob said he would be glad to give him some stew, but only if Esau gave up his birthright and gave it to Jacob instead. You see, Esau, as an older brother, was guaranteed to inherit a birthright. What that means is, according to the custom and the laws of that time, he would receive special privileges not given to the other children. Genesis 25 says it this way. The boys grew up and Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the open country, while Jacob was content to stay at home among the tents. Isaac, who had a taste for wild game, loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Once when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau came in from the open country, famished. He said to Jacob, "Quick, let me have some of that red stew. I'm famished." Jacob replied, "First, sell me your birthright." "Look, I am about to die," Esau said. "What good is the birthright to me?" But Jacob said, "Swear to me first." So he swore an oath to him, selling his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau some bread and some lentil stew. He ate and drank and then got up and left. So Esau despised his birthright. Has the Bible ever seemed more relevant than it does right now? This is a classic older and younger brother rivalry planned out in ancient times. Family dysfunction has always been a thing. Later, when their father Isaac was dying, Jacob did get the birthright and the blessing meant for Esau. Esau was so bitter and angry that he decided his only course of action would be to kill his brother Jacob. When Jacob learned what Esau was planning on doing, he left home, afraid he would never be able to come back. Now, I know we all have dysfunction in our family, but this one takes the cake. And yet, I don't want us to forget or miss the fact that Jesus came from this particular family. These people were part of Jesus's family tree. God knew their mess. He saw how fractured they were, and he didn't run away from them. He used them anyway. But not only did God use this family, The book of Hebrews records the story of Jacob and Esau, and thousands of years later, as a celebration of faith. Their story is a part of a lineage of people and families God used to show us what he is like and what his kingdom is like. Here is what Hebrews 11 says. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau in regards to their future. Here is what's amazing about this. The writer of Hebrews obviously isn't celebrating the dysfunction of this family. This family isn't being held up as a model to follow, full of lying, deceit, and threats of violence. They aren't brought up as people to copy. They are mentioned to draw attention to who God is. And who is God? A God who can take any dysfunction, any family, and still bring good. There is no family story that can't be rewritten. There is no family situation God can't ultimately use for incredible and good purposes. From God's perspective, there is no family you can count out, and there is no person in a family you can count out. God is never done. The story of Jacob and Esau tells us that even in our worst family moments, our story isn't over. We can trust, even if we can't see it right now, that God indeed has a plan. My guess is, if you asked Jacob and Esau in that moment if God was doing something good, they would both have said no. They would have never imagined that thousands of years later, God would have turned their family story into a story for the ages. Today, for some of us in the room, as difficult as it is to believe, it will be a game changer to know that God isn't done with your family. It doesn't mean it isn't hard. It doesn't mean that it isn't difficult and painful now. But knowing God can redeem even the most dysfunctional of families might help change your perspective. You never know what God has in store for you, for your parents, for your siblings, or for your entire family. In fact, this could be one of your greatest acts of faith today, to believe that God can still use a fractured family, or in other words, your family matters even when it's fractured. So whatever you do, don't count your family out. Everybody who lives at your house is a fractured person, including you. But when they mess up, don't write them out and treat them like that's the end of their story, because there is always the God factor. God is working, even when it doesn't look like it. So when your stepdad never shows up, don't write him off. When your mom loses her temper, don't write her off. When your step siblings drive you crazy, don't write them off. And don't count yourself out. You don't know what's going to happen next, so don't check out just yet. When the chaos in your family feels like too much, don't isolate. When the arguing feels constant, don't run away. Because if you do, you may miss out on being part of an incredible story that God is writing in your family.
Brilliant. Loads of good stuff in there. We're going to take a minute. Well, in just a second, we're going to go into just a time of waiting on God, of asking Him to kind of speak into each of our situations around what we've just been hearing about. Like, I don't know if anyone on the screen feels there's anything that they want to share in particular. There might not be, but I think just for me, when I was watching this stuff, I could just remember that thing of, being in school and just finding family really difficult sometimes. Just there being like days where I felt like, I don't know, looking at other families and just being like, oh, can I join them instead? Just because like the reality is like family can be really hard sometimes, and it can be really tough. And I guess I just find it really comforting to know that like that's not just me. I'm not the only one who felt like that. Like just what we've been hearing in that video, all families are fractured. They're all broken in some ways, but actually God can come in and can redeem, and He can change that situation. And so, for me, that just makes me feel like, like validated a little bit. Like it's okay to like feel like family's hard sometimes, but knowing but I don't want to give up on them. I want to keep going. I want to keep inviting God into situations with my family that are tough. So that's such a good encouragement. I don't know if that hit home for any of you guys on screen, or if you've got any thoughts, or we can just go into ministry. What do you think?
I was just reminded of being at school, and my dad was quite high up in the school, so pretty much everyone at school knew I was Mr. Elder's daughter, and that kind of went before me. And sometimes I felt like that was a huge pressure of like, oh my goodness, I've got to live up to this, and I just felt like maybe there's someone watching who they feel pressured to portray like a perfect image and a perfect family life, and maybe like Dave saying, you're looking at it and you feel like everyone else has it sorted, and so you have to too, and that's not reality, and that's okay. That's not reality for any of us, even as slightly less young people. Our family life is still not always perfect, but that we do have a heavenly Father who is perfect. I just felt like maybe God wanted to speak into some of those kind of unrealistic expectations or pressures that we can put on ourselves as a family.
It's good. Love it.
Yeah, I think I think for me, like as a result, like totally agree with what you guys have said about like family being hard, and loads of stuff in the video just about how, yeah, we're striving for this perfect thing and we don't have it. And it just made me think of my own like reaction to that and how that played out when I was in school, when I was a teenager. And it just meant that like oftentimes, like I just didn't really speak to my family that much. I kind of became like the result of that was I became quite disconnected, and I just didn't really speak to my parents at all, didn't speak to my siblings much, and just kind of like did my own thing. And I just wonder if like you guys feel like that's the case, whether it's like a big thing or a small thing, where sometimes like the result of finding family a little bit hard, which we all do sometimes, is just to kind of like disconnect a little bit and not to kind of stop like investing in those relationships is like a very technical term, but just to stop like hanging out as much and to stop like just laughing with your family or hanging out with them as much, kind of distance yourself. And we just love to pray with and for anyone who feels like that. I know that's something that I can be guilty of still to this day, of like distancing myself when things get a little bit hard. But yeah, we want to be people who have like loving relationships with our parents and with our family. And that's what all of our, like, if there's one thing that we share with all of our family members, is that we'd all love to be super close a lot of the time, even if it like, I know my parents wanted us all to be super tight knit. And so we would just love to pray with anyone like that. And we'd love to, yeah, just pray into that kind of closeness and maybe the distance that you guys feel there.
It's brilliant. All right. Well, let's we're gonna wait on the Lord. Ben's gonna kind of lead us in a bit more worship, and we're gonna sing Spirit Fall, and maybe just like while we're doing that and while we're worshiping, that can be a prayer for you and your family situation, that actually you're inviting God to come in, you're inviting His Spirit to fall in your room, in your house, over every member of your family, even when it's hard. And even, you know, if you feel like there's family members that you just find it really hard to get on with, they really get under your skin sometimes, you can, you know, invite God into that. Be like, Lord, would you fall in this house? Would you fall in this relationship between me and a brother or a stepsister or parent or whoever it is? So why don't we do that? Ben, would you lead us? And just invite God into all of that.
You breathe life, you restore, awaken my soul. I know that I've been made for more. You speak truth, you renew. When I'm in your presence, you show me the Spirit, fall. Spirit, fall. Fall on us, for we are yours. Fall on us, for we are yours. You will make all things new until you return. All creation cries out to you. You will make all things new until you return. All creation cries out to you, Jesus. Spirit, fall. Spirit, fall. Fall on us, for we are yours. Fall on us, for we are yours.
Just feel that there's a bit in this song that's coming up where it talks about there is power in your presence, hope and healing in your presence, there's freedom in your presence, Spirit fall. And I just feel like that's an amazing thing to just sing over our families, over our households. We need God's power, his healing and his freedom for where it feels hard, power to shift situations that we don't know how to deal with, healing where there's been damage maybe to relationships with those around us, and just freedom for like maybe we just don't feel free with our family. Maybe it feels like almost claustrophobic, but God wants to come in and just with his presence help deal with a bunch of that stuff. And so as we sing these words, let's just sing that over our families, just invite the Lord to come and just meet us in those situations.
There is power in your presence, hope and healing in your presence. There is freedom in your presence. Spirit fall. There is power in your presence, hope and healing in your presence. There is freedom in your presence. Spirit fall. There is power in your presence, hope and healing in your presence. There is freedom in your presence. Spirit fall. There is power in your presence, hope and healing in your presence. There is freedom in your presence. Spirit fall. Spirit fall. Spirit Spirit, fall. Spirit, fall. Fall on us, for we are yours. Fall on us, for we are yours.
This could be completely wrong, but I just wondered if there was someone watching this who your parents are really struggling right now, and maybe they're arguing a lot, or maybe they're considering separating. And I just felt like God wanted to come into that situation. I felt like He wanted you to know that you're not defined by that, and that He wants to feel close to you. And so, Lord, we just pray for anyone facing that reality, Lord. God, would you come and comfort them? Would you draw near? God, in all the confusion and the pain and the lack of clarity, God, would you bring peace and would you bring comfort? Amen. And guys, if that's you and you would like to chat to that with someone further, or you want someone to pray with you, then just either hit the request prayer button now, or speak to the leader at your site, and they would love to just talk through that with you. Through that with you.
So good. So good. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ben, for leading us, mate. That was awesome. Yeah. Love it. We totally appreciate, guys, that, like we said, this stuff can be hard sometimes. And the lovely thing as well is that even though it's hard, just what we heard in that video, God can redeem those situations and He can bring good out of the worst of stuff. And so we're just praying that over you guys, over all your families, over our families, and just encourage you, just lean into God, just press and ask Him to come and just be a part of your families. I think we said this last week about Jesus being like the other family member. You count the number of people in your family and it's like Jesus is there as well. And so just invite Him into all that stuff. Yeah, as Bex was saying, please chat to us as leaders if there's stuff that you want to talk about. Realize this might bring up some stuff for you guys. So just to let you know, we're here for you. We're well up for chatting about that. Brilliant. I think that is us. 7:59. Beautifully timed. We're going to go into our groups now. Just a little update. If you are in Mearns, Stonehaven, Inverurie, guys, we are combining 3, becoming 1. We are combining into one huge group. We're going to be on Discord. So if you go to Discord, there will be a group that says Mearns, Stoney, and Inverurie, and you should be able to jump on there. Might be a bit of carnage, but it'll be a good laugh. And Johnny and I are going to be there to say hey. So we would love to see you there. Brilliant. I think that's us. I haven't missed anything. Yeah. Great. Beautiful. Well, guys, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.